Welcome to K-Wave. I'm Hongbin Jeong, your South Korean living right here in Singapore, bringing you all you have to know about the Hallyu fever or the Korean wave. It's K-Influencers today, and today you may have seen him on TikTok, perhaps intriguing you with his Korean accent, or even his viral content on how his accent has changed after 1 week in Singapore, 6 months in Singapore, 2 years in Singapore, and even 29 years in Singapore. And if my description of him still doesn't ring a bell, maybe his accent will. Joining me today, I have Kwak Kyung Hoon, who is also known as Kyung.2K on TikTok. Kyung, thank you for joining me today.
안녕하세요. Hello. Thank you for having me today.
안녕하세요. Thank you for joining me today. Okay, I kind of introduced you a little bit, but could you help me introduce yourself to our listeners here on Money FM?
Do I have to do I have to choose an accent for this?
It's up to you. Maybe if you use your accent, maybe we will have some listeners being like, "Oh, I know who that is."
Okay. Hey, Kyung. I like your accent. Can you say that for me again? Hi, my name is Kyung.
Mm.
I have been living in Singapore for almost 30 years,
Wow.
and but I'm a full 100% Korean by blood.
Mhm.
And I'm very localized. I speak
Mhm.
English, and I've been to the NS as well.
Mm.
I'm working here. I finished all my studies in Singapore as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, you gave us a little bit of some taste of your Korean accent. I mean, you're well known for those. So what led you to start content creating?
Actually, last year it was my girlfriend, 여자친구 girlfriend, who
Yeah.
suggested that, hey, you like to speak this Konglish a lot, which is a
Mhm.
Korean English, a combination of
Mhm.
Korean and English words.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's this accent challenge on TikTok right now. Why don't you
Mhm.
try? So
Mm.
prior to that, because I've been working I am still working as a dancer and a
Mhm.
Korean language teacher.
Okay.
And yeah, and I was quite against the idea of should I start TikTok, because I've heard a lot of stories that it's a spiral, you spiral
Mhm.
down the route of TikTok. Yeah. So she said, like, why don't you give it a try? So I
Mm.
was like, okay, I'll try it.
Mhm.
And I posted my first video of the accent challenge,
Yeah.
and then I quit the app. I have no notification from the app. And then,
Okay.
yeah. And then the next day, my colleagues were telling me, like, hey, Kyung, your video on TikTok is getting viral. I was like, what? Yeah, and then by the time I opened it, it was like 100K views. Yeah, I was like, wow. Okay, okay. I guess that's where
Mhm.
people find humor and joy. Yeah, in
Mhm.
the Korean accent from me.
Okay.
Yeah. And
I mean, I sure do enjoy those videos as well, but I mean, did you know that that video was gonna go viral?
oh no, it was just for fun. Just for fun. I added I because what I did was I know that my mom like speaks some local dishes in a very funny
Mhm.
way.
Mhm.
Yeah, like for example, in we eat char kway teow. We say
Yeah.
kway teow, but
Mm.
my mom will say like, "Yo, Kyunguna, I want to eat the kway teow, kway teow." I was like, okay, maybe I should start something from there. Yeah, so I
Mhm.
started like thinking about, what other interesting words I can say in a Konglish accent with
Okay.
the twist of local twist.
So, I mean, when you first posted that first video, you said that you deleted that app and you just didn't wanna go back to it. But
Yeah.
finding out that it did go viral, what made you, continue making more of these videos?
I was thinking about like maybe for TikTok, I was like,
Mhm.
okay, if this is what people like and
Mhm.
it doesn't take too much time and effort from my side,
Yeah.
because yeah, I don't have to research like, okay, how do I pronounce the this in a Konglish accent? I can just read off straight away. So
Mhm.
okay, maybe I'll just take this time to brush up my editing skills, and
Mhm.
I can actually push out content. I can actually there's so many so much more words that I can venture into using
Mhm.
Konglish accent.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
I see, I see. So can you give us a little bit of your taste on what kind of content you do post?
So okay, for the accent post, it used to be words,
Mhm.
like different dishes or different car brands, like
Yeah.
how Koreans would say it. Like okay, so certain okay, right top of my head,
Mhm.
maybe brands I would say, oh, Nike, Adidas, Asics, uh, 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 Under Armour,
Mm.
Stussy, Karat, yeah.
I think
Yes,
I heard my mom say those words as well, pronouncing it in that certain way.
yes, and then I started moving on to like sentences,
Mhm.
like instead of just words. Like I would think of how people would say their sentences, like, "Oh, I tell you how many times already." Yeah, yeah, things like that. I think when
Yeah.
I say it now, it's not as funny as in the video.
I think it's funny. I think it reminds me of my dad when he is on the phone and he needs to say something. But of course, there is a high demand from your followers to see more content like this, right? Is there a reason why you've based a lot of your content on the Korean language or the way Koreans speak?
Mm, there's no particular reason. I think
Mhm.
firstly, I believe that it is funny. So basically, I do a lot of self entertainment.
Mhm.
Yeah, where I say it, in, if I find it funny, I
Mhm.
think it will generally be funny. Not all the time, but generally it will be funny. Whereas like when I think through my dancing and
Mhm.
like dancing content, like, I don't
Mm.
think there is a humor aspect, but
Mhm.
I do like humor a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I was thinking like, hey, this is actually a channel for me, platform for me to showcase all my humor jokes
Mhm.
that I think about in my brain, you know. So that's how I actually really started thinking about different scenarios of
Ah.
um, being a Korean in Singapore. What are the
Mhm.
challenges and the funny moments?
Mhm. I
Yeah.
see, I see. I mean, other than those accent videos, I've been binge watching your videos, and most of your
Sometimes,
other content most of your other content is also Korean related, you know? Is there a reason why you wanted to bring kind of like a part of Korea to Singapore?
yeah, I think because Singapore being multicultural
Mhm.
and multiracial, and especially now the Hallyu wave is so
Yeah,
strong, everywhere in Singapore as well.
yeah.
I was and in my Korean classes, I do teach some of the mannerisms and different
Mhm.
etiquettes. Yeah,
Mm.
and I was thinking like, why not? I can also share it on TikTok with everyone.
Mm.
Like actually the differences, like when you say something, how Koreans perceive it, or when Koreans
Yeah.
say certain things, how it is perceived, so that
Mhm.
we can actually prevent some
Mhm.
miscommunication. Yeah,
Right.
and how to speak the English in a Korean way if you are in
Mhm.
Korea, but if you don't know how to speak English,
Yeah.
like yeah, I think some pro tips and like yeah, some not really life saving, but it's just tips in general.
I mean, yeah, I feel like, for example, for our listeners out there, I think from my experience, if you go to a cafe and you order, let's say, an ice americano,
Ah,
and then you say, "Can I get an ice americano?" They won't
they want
understand
yeah,
it. Even though it's the same word, you have to say it
yeah,
in a Korean accent. You have
yeah,
to say "ice americano"
yes.
you know?
And
So
I have a friend like who actually experienced that many years back.
okay.
Went to the cafe and wanted to order a strawberry and banana smoothie. So yeah, he was like saying like, 저기요, can I have one strawberry and banana smoothie? There,
Mhm.
there. So he actually thought of, okay, I need to chop all the syllables up.
Yeah.
Strawberry and banana smoothie. Ah, okay,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
And he got his order. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, these are some common things that actually do happen. I think I've
Right.
experienced it myself, like, multiple times. I
Yeah.
have to switch my accent. Just switching your accent, you can actually get them to understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, like, can you speak Singlish as well?
Oh, oh, my
Yeah.
Singlish, no, it is really bad. I mean, I've been living here most of my life. I've been in Singapore since I was 5 years old, but my
Oh,
Singlish is not that great because I've been surrounded by international school kids, and so I'm learning, now I'm learning, working here in Singapore, I'm learning bits by bits, but because you're trying to, test my Singlish here, I
no,
wanna
no.
test your, Korean slang words.
Oh no.
Let's
Okay.
let's play a little game. I mean, you've
Okay.
done a lot of Korean language related videos, and it looks like you know a lot of Singaporean slang words. So how well do you know your Korean slang words?
Woo.
You ready?
Let's find out.
Okay, I'll start with an easy one. 어쩔 TV.
Uh, uh, what it comes from 어쩔 수 없네, 어쩔 수 없어. Like you have no choice.
Mhm,
As in there is no way to go around this thing.
mhm.
In Singlish we say bo bian. Yeah,
Okay.
bo bian. Or uh 怎么办? What should I do? Like there's
Mhm.
no way around this already. Yeah.
Okay, the next one. 킹받네.
짜증, annoyed.
That's annoyed,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah, it's a new slang word for I'm really annoyed right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
아 진짜 킹받네.
yeah,
Right.
킹받네.
Okay, I'll give you another sister word from that. 킹정.
Is it like 인정? 인정?
Yeah, it is. It
Acknowledge
comes
that you're
yeah,
actually annoying.
yeah. 킹정, I totally agree. It's another word from 인정. And then this is a bit hard. This one I also kind of learned on the way. 핑프.
핑크,
핑프. I'll give you a hint. It's short for finger princess.
핑크. Um, uh, those who do a lot of manicure.
No.
핑크.
So it describes a person who is lazy to do the simple search on the web and ask another person to do it for them. Even if, let's say, their phone is right there, they'll be like, "Hey, where's the nearest restaurant?" you know, even
Uh,
if they can do it. So they're so lazy. So it's like you're such a finger princess because you don't even want to lift a finger and do the
uh,
searching on the phone.
uh, there's so many words, like
Yeah.
even words like kappunsa is so
Yeah.
old.
I
Yeah, it's
know, I
so old
know.
now.
Those are old now. So moving on. 꾸안꾸.
꿈에서도 안 꾸는 꿈.
No.
꾸 is it something to
꾸민
do with
듯 안 꾸민
꾸민?
듯.
I think Koreans are gonna get at me for this. It's like 꾸민 듯 아닌 듯 is like a dream, not like a dream.
Mhm. And then
Uh,
꾸꾸꾸.
꿈
It's similar to
네, 꿈
꾸안꾸, which
yeah.
means 꾸민 듯 안 꾸민 듯, but 꾸꾸꾸 is the
꿈
opposite.
꾸미고 꿈 꿈을 꾸는
No, does it
꿈.
have to do with the dream? 꾸꾸꾸 is 꾸며도 꾸질꾸질. Which means even if you dress up and wear makeup, you still don't look good.
와, 꿈.
Okay, here's an easy one. 전매추.
전매추. 어, 네.
Oh
음,
no, Kyung.
I think I'm more look. I think I'm Singaporean.
전매추 is 점심 메뉴 추천, which means lunch menu recommendations.
와, I think
Okay, I'll
I'm
give you
yeah. I stopped
I'll
at like
do
강추,
one last one. 당모치.
당연
당연히, yes.
당연히 당무치 당연히 모든
Mhm.
당연히 모든 치, 치, 치,
치, 치, 치.
당연히
음.
모든
치
치킨
is
치
chicken.
당연히
Yep.
모든
당연히 모든 치킨은 옳다. Which means fried chicken is the way to go. So if you're
um,
craving something, if someone asks you, "Hey, what do you want for dinner?" and you want chicken, you can just say 당모치.
oh my god. I think yeah, for the listeners, if you're trying to figure out like what kind of slang or uh, what kind of pattern this is going for, it's
Mhm.
basically taking the first syllable of every word of the
Yep.
sentence, and then it just becomes a short form. You know,
Yeah. I mean, these are literally Gen Zs have created this list of case slang, and I just needed, someone who's also living here in Singapore to, you know, relate to me because these slang words are hard for us too.
it's so hard
Yeah,
and it's
it is hard and
ever
it's
changing.
so ever
Yeah.
changing. They're coming up with new ones every single day. So it's really hard to keep up. But moving on now, Kyung, like what you've been content creating for quite a bit now. So what do you want people to take away from your videos?
I've a few reasons. First
Mhm.
one, first one is just to have fun and
Mhm.
uh, you know laugh, have a
Yeah.
have a good day. I do know that sometimes the content on online can be like
Mhm.
sensitive content, like talking about what's happening around the world. Like sometimes
Yeah.
it gets quite depressing.
Mm.
Yeah, so just have take a pinch of salt, just laugh,
Mm.
have fun with me, and learn something. I think
Yeah.
I don't want to just make you laugh. Yeah, I just want to
Mhm.
make you laugh. Plus, like, oh, that's actually how Koreans speak certain way. Just
Yeah.
learn about the differences.
Mhm.
Yeah, and just have different K drama moments as well. Just
Mhm.
yeah, and yeah, ultimately is to have a good laugh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, so then, Kyung, if you're ultimately making everyone laugh on social media, can we expect more Korean related content from you? I mean, what's next for you as a content creator?
Oh, okay. So I expanded out my Korean accent
Mhm.
to K drama, like
Mm.
small snippets. Uh, Difference between Singapore, Korean, the different
Yeah.
culture. Um, I've expanded to how to pronounce certain words.
Yep.
Yeah, pronunciation. Uh, yeah, and to expand more, maybe I'm expanding more into the Mandarin Chinese language as well.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Awesome. Are you fluent in Chinese?
I learned in Singapore, 在这里学, but I've forgotten quite a bit. But I still do
Mm.
speak though time to time.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Well, so for those who are listening and are yet to follow you, where can we find you on social media, Kyung?
you can find me on Instagram and TikTok. Username is
Mm.
kyong.2k.
Mhm.
You can also find me at Sejong Korean. Like I'm a teacher there. You can also
Mm,
find me in my dance classes, dance courses. You can find
okay.
me. I'm trying to. Some people already told me like,
Mhm.
Kyung, I see you everywhere. Like start working. Yeah, but
You
I
all
thought,
multi-talented.
I barely begun. I've more content to come.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Kyung, for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. 감사합니다.
감사합니다. And of course, if you want to check him out, he is Kyung.2K on TikTok and on Instagram. I'm Hongbin Jeong, and this has been K Influencers on K Wave right here on Money FM 89.3.
Money FM 89.3.